Hello and welcome to the Insider at Home, the show that brings you the inside stories on show jumping, global champions action, launching global champions tour and global champions league. The show that brings you the inside stories from team owners, horse owners, riders and team managers, and of course the biggest stars in show jumping. But for this episode, it's not the biggest star yet. It is an up and coming star. It is nobody else than Lucas Porter. Lucas, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Excited to be on here and excited to be a part of the Global Champions and Global Champions League.
Very cool to hear. Most people don't know you yet. Normally, the 2020 season would have been the season that we had a lot of time to talk about and with Lucas Porter, but most of our fans don't know you yet. So the first question obviously is, who is Lucas Porter?
I'm a 23-year-old show jumper originally from Bartonville, Texas, but now I split my time between South Florida in the winter and the Netherlands in the summers. And I'm a professional show jumper. I'm a university student at Vanderbilt University. And as a side note, I'm a very amateur golfer, but I do enjoy it a lot.
Okay, we're not going to talk about the golfing. I don't know anything about golf, so let's skip that. University. How does university work at Vanderbilt University in Texas when you're in the Netherlands?
Yeah, so it's a bit of a complicated story, but I'm in my last year of university, which is the fourth year, and the university during these Corona times gave us the option to attend in person or attend over Zoom, and I'm attending my last year on Zoom, so I'm doing it here from Europe, and I'm looking forward to finish. I enjoyed it a lot. I hopefully learned a lot, and but I'm looking forward to then continuing my show jumping career after I finish university.
So you're originally from Texas. You spent the winters in Florida, and you're also in Holland. Why are you in the Netherlands?
5 years ago now, I was fortunate enough to come in contact with the great champion Jeroen Dubbeldam, and I started training under him and in his system, and he was kind enough to come to Florida to train us. And after the Florida season ended, he invited us and thought it would be wise for us to come to the Netherlands and continue our training. And so we've done that. And as the partnership has progressed, we've actually bought our own stable and have our own stable right next to Jeroen. And so it allows us to train together with him and go to shows with him and sort of help us guide us along our careers and hopefully follow in his footsteps in the best way we can.
You're talking about us. Who's us?
So I'm a rider for Sleepy P Ranch together with my brother Wilton. He's a few years older than me. He's 26 years old, and together we run the business here, split in between the Netherlands and in Florida.
All right. You've mentioned the name. The Wilton, the Porter brothers have become world famous by wearing the cap with the biggest typo in history. What is the story behind the name Sleepy P Ranch, and why is the P on its side on the cap?
Yes, so it's sort of our brand. Many people know it as Sleepy P, because the P is actually on his side and sleeping. You can see it here. But yeah, so many years ago in Texas, my parents bought our ranch, and it had the same logo, but it was called Lazy P. And we didn't want to be known as lazy, so we changed the name, and now it's known as Sleepy P. And we've sort of stuck with that, and we bring it with us. We brought it from Texas to Florida, and now from Florida to the Netherlands and across the world. So
yeah, good branding, because it really sticks. Sleepy P Ranch really sticks. Training with Jeroen Dubbeldam, what did he bring you? What's the basic of his system?
The basic of his system is working with your horse and listening to your horse. he's obviously a great champion and has won the biggest competitions in the world. And how he's been able to do that, perhaps if he was asked, he would say, I always listen to my horse. So if he felt together with his horse that he was able to take one step forward, then he would take that step forward. If he felt maybe I should stay at a smaller level for some time, then he was willing to do that. He's a great champion, but he's a great champion because he's a great horseman. So we're always trying to listen to our horse, and if we feel that we can really go competitive in a class, then we obviously try. We're obviously competitors, and we'd like to do that. But if we feel our horse needs a good solid round, maybe a clear but a little bit slower, then we also are willing to do that. So we're always trying to be the best horse people we can.
Yeah, it's fantastic to hear from a 23-year-old. What talents have you got that could make you a champion?
I'm very competitive, sometimes a bit too competitive, but I'm very competitive. So if there's an opportunity to try to go for a win or try to win a speed class from the start, I'm gonna give it my all. At the same time, I like to think that when it's very important, I don't get nervous, because I have trust in our team. I have trust in the process. I have trust in your system that we've been working in for the last 5 years. And I know all these things are under control, that I can just trust myself and try to do the best I can. Together with Jeroen, we sort of pinpointed Valkenswaard on the calendar. It was an event that we really wanted to perform at. And so together with my top horse, Sea Hunter, we picked a few shows before that to ramp him up, to get him ready to that 5-star level, because that 5-star level is so different from the 2, 3, and even 4-star level. The week in Valkenswaard started with the warm-up class, where I gave him a nice jump around in around a 140 class, and he jumped really well. But then in the qualifier, like you said, it was a really tough class. A lot of big names missed out. Together with Jeroen, we made a plan that was competitive, not going to win the class, but I wanted to still be competitive, because Sea Hunter jumps the best when he's nicely in the rhythm. So we had a good plan. We were fairly quick. I had a really unlucky fault. The coming out of the vertical combination, really unlucky. He had a light touch behind, but he jumped a great round, and I was quick enough to qualify. So I had a good feeling, and throughout the course, and so we said that the Grand Prix would be a good idea to jump. And then Saturday came. I gave Sea Hunter a good flat in the morning. He felt really, really loose through his body, ready to perform. We walked the course. It was a big course, for sure the biggest course I'd ever jumped. But I knew that in my mind, I wasn't so nervous, because we had done all the preparation before. I jumped the whole course. He jumped really well. All the lines came up exactly how we walked them. And then I jumped the last line. It was either a forward 6 strides or a little bit steady 7 strides, and then to what walked a steady 4. And I did the steady 7, and I jumped the bicycle. He jumped it so nicely, very careful. And then the 4 just got a little bit long, and I needed to straight away continue forward. But unfortunately, that was a little bit too late, and I had to give a big jump on the last, but it was too massive of an oxer for me to clear the back bar, and I had a touch on the back bar, and unfortunately no jump off. But I was disappointed, but at the same time quite happy with how I did my first Global Champions Tour Grand Prix, and it gave me something to look forward to the next season, that I was able, together with my horse, to do the 5-star level and to do the Global Champions Tour.
Yeah, it was your first time on Global Champions Action. Yes, you performed outstanding. There was a few other under 25 riders that also performed really well with 4 faults. I'm thinking of Philip Houston, Anna Calderova, Emily Moffitt, all on 4 faults, just missing out on that jump off. So we're looking forward now to 2021. You're a team member on the Shanghai Swans. I don't know yet. I don't have the insight there to know what your team looks like for 2021, but Max Kuhner, Pius Schwitzer, Alexander Thornton, Margie Engel-Goldstein, and Frank Schuttert should have been on your team this year. How are you looking forward? Because you are, I think, you are a Nations Cup winner with the American team, USF Equestrian team. How are you looking forward to this new kind of team competition, team championship even?
For the first time, the Global Champions League in Valkenswaard. And I must say, I was quite excited and look forward to jumping for the Shanghai Swans in 2021. It's really it's a new concept. Okay, now the concept is 4 or 5 years old now, but it's really an innovative concept, and it brings in audience from outside the sport. And together with the other members of the Shanghai Swans, we hope to do our best. I'll be together with my horses, open to jumping as many events as I can. And I look forward to traveling the world and hopefully doing as best as we can in the league and eventually in the playoffs.
Kuhner and Schwitzer, did you know them before?
Not personally, but as we've been on the team together and through our group chat, we've gotten to know each other, and as well in Valkenswaard, we have gotten to know each other pretty well. Fortunately for me, all the other riders on the team have more experience than I do at the 5-star level and on the Global Champions Tour and on the Global Champions League. So I'm trying to learn as much as I can how the competitions work, what's the best strategies, and I'm trying to sort of absorb as much as I can from those more experienced riders and apply them to my training and to my experience approaching these shows. Obviously, Margie has a lot of experience winning Grand Prix and performing at the highest level. Max and Pius as well. Alexandra has also been on the Global Champions Tour and on the Global Champions League for a number of years, and Frank as well. So I'm really fortunate that I'm on a team with such experienced riders, and they can sort of help me, and I can sort of piggyback off them for the 2021 season.
Yeah. What's your ambition? When is the 2021 season on Global Champions? When is it a success?
Yeah, I think we have a strong enough team that we could be solid contenders for the top spot next year. We're all willing to work together as a team to give our best effort each and every time, bring horses that are ready to go and competitive in the Global Champions League classes. So I think while everybody obviously enters the season with hope of winning, I think our group of 6 riders is strong, and our group of horses is strong enough to be really solid contenders.
Yeah, sounds like a very motivated and ambitious Lucas Porter, member of the Shanghai Swans. Lucas, thank you. I know that you're riding. You were riding in the morning. You've taken the time to sit down with us and talk to us. You need to go back to the stable and continue working. Thank you very much for talking to us. It was really nice to get to know you. We're looking forward to see more of you and your horses on the 2021 season. So it's only a few months away. Once again, thank you very much. Great to get to know you, and the best of luck.
Thank you, Frederick. Looking forward to the 2021 season on the Global Champions Tour and Global Champions League.
Super. And to you at home, once again, and as always, thank you for joining us, for watching, and for learning, for discovering all these riders and all the insights together with me on the Insider at Home. Keep an eye on all our socials, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, and of course the website, for the latest news and the updates on Global Champions. And it's not bye-bye, but until next time.